A month after his 3rd birthday, he got diagnosed with ATRT brain cancer. All you can think of is the kid's not going to live. The fact that St. Jude doesn't bill is a godsend, and the fact that we don't have to ask for help here makes things a lot easier to go through what we have to go through with Beckett. The fact that they are researching and they are saving these children, it's so important. We wouldn't be where we are without St. Jude, and in turn, we wouldn't be where we are without those people that have donated. They're the reason why my son's still alive.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 30 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 5:30. I'm Rob Taylor. The National Weather Service in Pittsburgh has issued a winter weather advisory for our region this morning and into the afternoon, specifically from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. Freezing rain is expected. KDKA TV's Chillicothe Adele is along the Parkway West in Green Tree with restrictions that PennDOT has put into place.
So the first round of restrictions starts at 10 a.m. That affects all the interstates in our region. We're talking about the Turnpike, its extensions to I-70 and 76 as well. Speed limits will drop to 45 miles an hour on those interstates. And the next set of restrictions will start at 2 p.m. That will impact I-81 north of I-83. It'll also be for Route 33 and 22 between I-78 to Route 33. Now, tractor trailers, RVs, motorcycles, buses, they're just some of the vehicles that will not be allowed. Basically, no commercial vehicles are allowed except for loaded single trailers with chains or approved ways to get tractions on those vehicles. Towing trailers will not be allowed either.
And a reminder, roads, especially bridges and overpasses, will likely become slick and hazardous. We'll have that complete AccuWeather forecast coming up. Police continue to investigate a Christmas morning shooting in Forest Hills. Police say it happened around 9 o'clock Christmas morning in the 600 block of Lenox Avenue, even though the two adult victims, a man and a woman, were found in the 400 block of Decatur Avenue. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. Also, sports brought to you by Coons Quality Foods, your Pittsburgh hometown grocery. Steelers preparing for the matchup at the Cleveland Browns Sunday afternoon. Their magic number is just 1 to clinch the AFC North. Penguins aren't back on the ice until Sunday when they travel to Chicago to face the Blackhawks. News is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick for all your homes, windows, siding, doors, and bath. Trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News Time is 5:31. Next updates coming up at 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDK.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
At Audien Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Christmas holiday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Christmas holiday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds, and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day, and nothing worked until Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food, crazy, enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick Hypnosis really works?
It's amazing. I can breathe again, my blood pressure went down, and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Stop smoking, lose weight now without cravings, irritability, or your money back. Only $59.99. Join Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar and lose the weight. Stop smoking, feel great for only $59.99. Sunday, January 11th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh West and Green Tree. Weight loss hypnosis, 11 a.m. Registration, 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis, 2 p.m. Learn more at markpatrickseminars.com.
Beckett's amazing. He's a miracle child. In the mornings, he'll wake up and he roll the shades up and, Dad, it's time to get up. It's a bright, beautiful day.
He started getting dizzy. At the first of the year, he started going, I have to sit down, I'm dizzy, Mommy. A month after his 3rd birthday, he got diagnosed with ATRT brain cancer. All you can think of is, the kid's not gonna live. The fact that St. Jude doesn't bill is a godsend. And the fact that we don't have to ask for help here makes things a lot easier to go through what we have to go through with Beckett. The fact that they are researching and they are saving these children, it's so important. We wouldn't be where we are without St. Jude, and in turn, we wouldn't be where we are without those people that have donated. They're the reason why my son's still alive.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
It's 5:35, and from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, it's KDKA-AM Traffic Time. Powered by Bowser Genesis of Monroeville, and here's Brandon Rossai.
Thanks, Rob. Right now, there's not a lot happening on the roadways. In fact, the major roadways, there's pretty much no traffic to contend with whatsoever, so that's good news. Bad news, however, is for those living in the Penn Hills area. There's a collision over on Aber Road in Penn Hills involving a car and a house, it looks like. This one is right at the intersection of Aber and Grove Road, so just be on the lookout for that. So otherwise, we'll keep you updated throughout the morning as to what shakes in terms of the morning traffic. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 5:45. I'm Brandon Rossai on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A winter weather advisory from 8 this morning through 3 this afternoon. Cloudy today with rain overspreading the area this morning. There may be some icy spots for a time, especially north and east of the city. There can also be a thunderstorm with that rain this afternoon, or high this evening, 52. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 30 degrees at Pittsburgh International.
It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Superstars don't get up the day after Christmas at 2 a.m., but the people who are always on the bench ready to go are ready to go. Like yours truly, your Pratt Pack since the mid-'80s, and he's been doing it a few years too. Rob Taylor joins me now on Metropolitan Window video screen. Of course, you can click on KDKRadio.com and click on KDK Watch. So, I'm kind of jealous. Kwanzaa begins today, and this thing rolls all the way through New Year's Eve. Hanukkah obviously just concluded, 8 days. I get like 24 hours, Rob Taylor, and it's time to, people already talking about throwing out the Christmas tree. Are you kidding me? Hang on to the tree a little bit longer, right?
Yeah, I mean, aren't you supposed to leave the tree up right until after the New Year, right after the New Year, or do people usually take it down before the New Year?
Listen, this is how we used to roll back in the day. My grandmother, Marie Bango, God bless her, and kind of like a second mother, we would go through Orthodox Christmas. So that tree, man, it was like smoke and mirrors. I mean, it looked like Charlie Brown's tree, but we'd keep it up till like January 14th back in the day, man.
Yeah. In our family, we've got it up definitely past the New Year. But what I want to know is, back in I don't want to say back in my day.
Say back in my day. Go ahead.
We used to go out and, pick a tree, pick a real tree and put it in our house. But it seems like we're on a 15-year fake tree streak here. Are people still? I don't see too many people with the real trees on the tops of their cars anymore.
You go out and get that big spray can of pine smell, and you just shoot it all around the room and say, "Isn't our tree lovely?" Listen, I got to tell you, when I think about the needles and all the stuff, the cleanup, and this and that. Couple of birds that have been in there for a couple of weeks not realizing that they've ended up inside your house. It's always nice to have that real tree, but artificial trees, when you get a little bit older, it makes no fuss, no muss.
Right. So yeah, none of the sticky things on the ground to stick you in the foot.
Let's talk a little NFL, because yesterday the games in which I was covering them from the home studio, we got through it. Do you think Travis Kelce's done?
I think he is. I mean, what do they want? 3 Super Bowls, I believe. He's done more than enough to prove himself. He's a Hall of Fame tight end. Him and Taylor Swift can just ride off to the sunset. What more does Travis Kelce have left to prove? You can tell that I think Kansas City's run, at least for right now, is going to be over. They're not going to win the Super Bowl next year. So if Kelce wants to win one more title, it's going to be at least 2 years from now. I just think it's time for him to call it a career. You've done enough, Travis. We'll never forget you.
All right, so Lamar Jackson may not go against the Packers tomorrow because of a back injury. Steelers, of course, 3-point favorite Sunday, 1 o'clock at Cleveland. So we're going to be talking all about it on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. I got to talk to you about Lamar Jackson. They're saying now that there may be an issue with him and management, and because he grew up in Florida, he's trying to force the issue for him to maybe be traded to Miami. But the problem is Tua has millions guaranteed one more year in his contract, and I don't think anybody's going to want Tua in their lineup. So you think maybe Lamar could be wanting to get out of Baltimore?
Well, you know what? I don't see really a reason why he needs to be indebted to Baltimore. I remember some years ago, John Harbaugh made that decision in the playoffs to go with Lamar Jackson, even when they lost that game. I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago, before Lamar Jackson really became the true starter. John Harbaugh, he stood with Lamar Jackson, but I don't think that he's
Harbaugh
really
might not be there next year.
Yeah, Harbaugh. If anybody's not going to be there next year, it's John Harbaugh. I mean, he's the second most tenured coach in the league, and look. I remember listening to some Baltimore sports radio. They're not too high on their Ravens team or the coach at this moment.
Well, let me make a suggestion to Steeler Nation, and I hope you'll back me on this. If the Packers defeat the Ravens, the Steelers pretty much are in, okay? It's over. They're done. The Steelers are in. 2 games left to go. Even though they have one against the Ravens, we have that multiple-game lead. Sit Aaron Rodgers against Cleveland and let me see Will Howard. We know what we have in Mason Rudolph. Let me see something. Let me at least take a look at this young man to see what he has. And if not, against Cleveland, you want to get a win there, okay, I get it. But against the Ravens, and the thing's pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered, and you're going into the postseason, I want to see Will Howard. I want to see what he's got.
And if the Packers beat the Ravens on Saturday night, I think Aaron Rodgers plays the first half.
And that's it.
And that's it, because too many quarterbacks are getting injured, from Mahomes to C.J. Stroud had those injuries. You cannot risk Aaron Rodgers getting hurt in either the Cleveland or the Baltimore game when you know you're going to host a playoff game.
Yeah, man. I surely hope that they just get this thing wrapped up. And look, I know a lot of people are not even figuring them in the equation, and I listen to all these talking heads throughout the week. But the Steelers, the most surprising thing about this football team is this offensive line. Broderick Jones goes out. He's the stud left tackle. This Dylan Cook guy comes in off the practice squad. He's been locking it down. I mean, and Adam Frazier's playing great. That offensive line's really been doing well.
Well, you know what they say, if you don't hear too much about the offensive line, that means they're doing their job. They're not letting up sacks. They're pushing the defensive line and getting people like Jaylen Warren out into that second level of the defense and breaking out for scoring runs. So, yeah, this offensive line, you don't hear too much about them in the last few weeks because they're doing their job.
All right, so tell me about this weather situation, and I mentioned it in my tease up on our social media platforms because I was kind of following some stories late into the evening, and this was kind of the lead story. So how long and what could we possibly get? What are they talking about?
Well, right now we're in a winter weather advisory from the National Weather Service from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. That's when it ends, but I guess it's, I guess the good news is we're the day after Christmas, so there's not going to be a whole lot of traffic, especially not a lot of work traffic for today. So if there had to be a day where we'd have some freezing rain in the morning, in morning rush, today would be the day when a lot of people are still going to be sitting at home. But it's from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And, we'll check in with KDKA TV's Chillicothe Adeli to get the latest on what PennDOT is saying as far as restrictions starting around 10 a.m. on the major highways and byways.
Well, the reason the traffic isn't normally as big as it would be back in the day when I was early on in my career on the day after Christmas, no matter what day of the week it fell on, because it was time to return those packages. But now, because a lot of people using the Amazon way and FedEx and the Postal Service and UPS, they're not returning packages the way they used to.
All right, so, this is, as we were coming in today, it felt like nobody was on the road. Yeah, today's that traditional day. You go back and those gift receipts and everything like that. But like you said, there's a lot of the packages were sent to you. You can't take them back to the stores.
So Pitt, East Carolina, the Military Bowl, Pinstripe Bowl, Penn State, Clemson. We're going to have Gino DeMarco, longtime coach, 33 years until he recently retired for Geneva to break it all down. But I'd like to see the Panthers end on a winning note. We'll close on that. What do you think, Rob?
I think they'll get that victory. I think. I just
East Carolina stinks. Let's just be honest with you.
Yeah, I think Pitt will close out the season with a win. But then, like we've talked about for so many weeks, will Heinzel, will he stay at Pitt?
Oh.
Will we have him here next year? Obviously, you hope that he remains at Pitt, but we'll see what happens. But still a little disappointed, over the past couple weekends when it came to the Notre Dame game or Miami. It just showed that those teams were just in a little bit higher class.
Well, Heinzel's going to be a little bit richer, too. Imagine being 18, 19, and somebody puts $1 million in your checking account.
Woo.
Pretty good work if you can get it. The great Rob Taylor in today for Paul Rasmussen. I'm in for Larry. It's 5:45. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDK AAA Traffic on the 5s, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Let's say hi to Brandon Rossack. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Brandon. Good morning, guys. And right now on the major roadways, not a lot happening. In fact, on the Parkway East outbound, just a little tap of the brakes as you go into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Parkway West inbound, very, very little traffic. Again, just a maybe little hesitation before entering the tunnels. That's really the extent of it. Over on 51, just a little bit of some stoplight delays over at that intersection with the Liberty Tunnel, and some backup over on Route 51 over by Route 88 and in the Brentwood, Castle Shannon area. We'll keep you updated as the morning progresses. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 5:55. I'm Brandon Rossi on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GRAVY25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GRAVY25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GRAVY25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Everything you need to start your day with the Big K Morning Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA. Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
Think about the decades and generations where maybe there were a lot of innocent people and they did it out of the kindness of their own heart. But the number certainly was greater than zero of creepy pervs who lined up to be mall Santas to get their jollies of kids sitting on their lap.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
All right, 10 minutes for the top of the hour. Big K Morning Show, your Pratt Pack for Larry Richard, and in for Paul Rasmussen at the anchor desk. Here's Rob Taylor.
And Rob, we're following that winter weather advisory, which will start at 8 o'clock this morning. More details coming up 6 o'clock. Go on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDK.
The U.S. safety regulator said it has opened a defect investigation into Tesla Model 3 compact sedans over concerns that emergency door release controls may not be easily accessible or clearly identifiable in an emergency. The Office of Defects Investigation said the probe covers an estimated 179,000 model year 2022 vehicles. NVIDIA has entered into a non-exclusive licensing agreement with AI chipmaker Grok and will acquire some of the startup's executive team. In a blog post, Grok said founder and CEO Jonathan Ross and other personnel will be joining NVIDIA to help advance and scale the licensed inference technology. Investors are waking up to what traditionally has been the strongest trading session of the year. According to Bespoke Investment Group, the S&P 500 has declined just 6 times in 39 day-after-Christmas trading sessions since 1953. When it does fall, it never drops by more than 0.5%. With that said, futures are currently lower. I'm Mike Gavin on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
News, information, conversation. Larry Richard in the Big K Morning Show. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
So you say it's your birthday, huh? Well, if you're born in 1960, happy 65th birthday from MediConnect. Medicare made simple. And don't forget, every single Saturday, they will be with me tomorrow in that 9 o'clock hour as we present another edition of MediConnect, the Inside Connection. And recently we just finished the annual enrollment period. And as we turn the page and head to 2026, the open enrollment period, 888-818-6334 is their number that you can call and make an appointment. And remember, there is never a charge for the services. And we are going to be bringing back our seminars coming up in January of 2026. And if you want to get an early look at the list, go to MediConnectInsurance.com and click on the seminars tab. Now, again, you have to reserve your space for these seminars. They are absolutely free, but you have to do that. Plus, you can find out the latest as far as our webinars are concerned, where you can actually participate from the comfort of your home. So that's MediConnectInsurance.com, 888-818-6334, and MediConnect, the Inside Connection, every Saturday, like tomorrow in the 9 o'clock hour with your Pratt Pack on KDK. So, Lars Ulrich is 62 today. He is the drummer of that legendary metal band Metallica. Look, I just got to say something. Enter the Sandman to this day is truly one of the most energetic songs I have ever heard. Look, in this business, especially when I was doing sports play-by-play, you need something to kind of get the blood pumping, right? Especially when you're doing television and radio, as I have my entire life, right? So there was always a playlist that I would have that would kind of get the juices going, the hair on the back of your neck stand up, your palms start to sweat. You just couldn't wait to get behind that microphone. Enter the Sandman, Metallica, one of my all-time favorites. And the incredible thing, they've done collabs with all sorts of people, but if you ever get a chance, Google Metallica, Lady Gaga, one of the best stage performances I have ever seen, and another indication that Lady Gaga can do any genre of music. She is truly a music superstar, one of the greatest performers of any generation, and she is far from being done. And Metallica, I mean, even with Lars turning 62, they're going to be around doing what they do for many years to come. Now, also a birthday today, turning 54, actor Jared Leto. This guy, honestly, when he came onto the scene many years ago, I kind of thought he would be the next matinee idol, like a Brad Pitt type of performer. But the guy is such a method actor. He started to do some of the most off-the-wall stuff. But one of the things that he's very passionate about is music. And he actually tours, kind of like Billy Bob Thornton does, right? They love to act. They got acting chops. They do very well. And Billy Bob right now with Landman, which is just Paramount Plus, it's like skyrocketing him to a whole new level. But Jared Leto is a guy that has now become a very famous character actor. Still good-looking young man, has the ability to do all sorts of things, but I think he didn't want to get locked in. I think he said, look, I want to do things and kind of, think outside the box a little bit, and he's been able to do that. And yeah, turning 54 years young today. That's the crazy thing about these celebrities. They come onto the scene, and the next thing you know, they're like in their 50s. I mean, Brad Pitt now is in his 60s. I mean, it's mind-boggling. So, Jared Leto, happy birthday. Now, we weren't here yesterday. We had that Christmas programming, so I thought I'd give you a couple of Christmas birthdays of some celebrities you may recognize. One of the greatest vocalists in the history of any music, but especially rock music, going back 30 years, Annie Lennox. Annie Lennox has celebrated a birthday as of yesterday. And someone who simply walked away from it all at the height of her career, an amazing variety show on TV, hit record after hit record, one of the Grand Ole Opry's favorites, could play multiple instruments. When she stood by her sisters, all three, they were incredible, and when she stood alone, she was equally as good. Barbara Mandrell, one of my favorite performers, had a birthday yesterday on Christmas Day. So that's our birthday list for this December 26, 2025. 5:55. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDKA AAA Traffic, powered by Genesis of Monroeville. Here is Brandon Rosside. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Brandon. Good morning, fellas. And on the roadways, the highways, there's nothing really going on right now. Maybe a little tap of the brakes before entering the Fort Pitt tunnels over on the Parkway West inbound. Parkway East inbound looks very clear right now, as does Route 28. And the majority of Route 65, just a little tap of the brakes as well in Avalon. On Route 51, again, just a little bit of some stoplight delays building at the Liberty Tunnel intersection going both ways. And other than that, it's looking very good so far, but I'm sure that may change as the morning progresses. We'll keep you updated. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:05. I'm Brandon Rosside on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Got any gadgets? Get online protection. NordVPN has a ho-ho holiday deal just for you. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you avoid malware, phishing, and annoying trackers. Just a few taps and you're safer online. Let your gadgets sparkle with online security. Go to NordVPN.com and get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. NordVPN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
You know the rush when you reach that goal? When something you've worked for pays off? That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start January 7th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. Yeah, I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help. The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 30 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 6 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. National Weather Service Pittsburgh has issued a winter weather advisory for our region this morning. It begins at 8 o'clock this morning, where freezing rain is expected. Now, KDK TV's Chillicothe Adele, he's along the Parkway West in Green Tree with some restrictions that PennDOT has put into place on the highways.
So the first round of restrictions starts at 10 a.m. That affects all the interstates in our region. We're talking about the Turnpike, its extensions to I-70 and 76 as well. Speed limits will drop to 45 miles an hour on those interstates, and the next set of restrictions will start at 2 p.m. That will impact I-81 north of I-83. It'll also be for Route 33 and 22 between I-78 to Route 33. Now, tractor trailers, RVs, motorcycles, buses, they're just some of the vehicles that will not be allowed. Basically, no commercial vehicles are allowed except for loaded single trailers with chains or approved ways to get tractions on those vehicles. Towing trailers will not be allowed either.
Also, an ice storm warning will go into effect at 10 o'clock this morning and remain until 7 o'clock Saturday morning for Venango, Forest, Clarion, Jefferson, and Armstrong counties, as well as the higher elevations of Westmoreland and Indiana counties. We'll have more with that AccuWeather forecast coming up in just about 3 minutes. Police continue to investigate a Christmas morning shooting in Forest Hills. Police say it happened around 9 o'clock in the 600 block of Lenox Avenue, even though the two adult victims, a man and a woman, were found in the 400 block of Decatur Avenue by police. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. Police in Washington, PA, continue to search for a man wanted in connection to a shooting in front of the Washington Community Club. That shooting happened on November 27th, where a man was shot multiple times. Police say Brennan Cole is the man responsible for the shooting. He's facing multiple charges. Police say Cole is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call the Washington Police Department. KDKA Sports is brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. Pitt Panthers preparing to face East Carolina in the Military Bowl Saturday from Annapolis, Maryland. Kickoff is 11 a.m. You can hear that game on 93.7 The Fan. Penguins aren't back on the ice until Sunday when they travel to Chicago to face the Blackhawks, and the Steelers are preparing for their Sunday 1 o'clock matchup at the Cleveland Browns. Magic number just 1 to clinch the AFC North. KDKA Radio News Time, 6:02. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. And it's time to call Goodrich and Geist. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist. We've got KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast coming up next.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. Yeah, I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help. The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Okay, so you may have missed the window to get on Precision Pointing's schedule. That's a bummer, but let's make sure you've got your ducks in a row in spring of 26. Don't make the same mistake again. Believe me, it won't be that long. And now that they're an award-winning company as the region's premier masonry restoration company, the secret's out with Precision Pointing. Brick pointing, chimney repair, whole house commercial restoration, well, they do it all and they do it well. Take it from this satisfied customer right here that Precision Pointing is the way to go. BrickPointingPittsburgh.net.
The fighting spirit of the Marine Corps is born of battles won. Battles won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's a promise made to you for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.